What's up everyone, K.D.M Sports here again, and just wanted to say it was a real busy week last weekend and I wasn't able to give my predictions for UFC 290. It was a great card though, and one of the best cards I've seen in a long time. I feel like we got a mix of everything, excitement, hype, and great matchups overall. This event really delivered. We had 9 finishes out of 13 fights and 5 in the first round, along with Robbie Lawler's fantastic KO to end off a legendary career, which happened in the first round. There was also 6 upsets and 7 favorite wins, and 1 champion lost in an amazing war, and another champion showed his continued evolution and dominance in his division. You also have a possibly fight of the year candidate between Dan Hooker and Jalen Turner. Easily a 9 out of 10 card for me. Very entertaining fights on this card. Let's start with the main event fight between Alex Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez. Volk wins via TKO in round 3, 4 minutes and 19 seconds into the round. The fight was pretty slow paced for the first 2 rounds. Both were trying to find openings, Yair with his kicks and Volk constantly moving around and switching stances, which made things a lot slower for Yair's output, and as soon as Yair threw the body kick, Volk grabbed it and took the fight to the ground, where he put Yair against the fence to land some ground and pound, but nothing too crazy. Similar to the second round, although Yair landed some good strikes. Yair in the third started off pretty well, but Volk eventually got his timing down, and the right hook landed when Yair threw a body kick, which hurt him bad. And Volk just started to put it on Yair and then mix in the takedown with the ground and pound. Beautiful performance from Volk. Alexandre Pantoja defeats Brandon Moreno by a split decision. 2 judges gave it 48-47 for Pantoja, and then 1 judge gave it 49-46 for Brandon Moreno, which is crazy because there's no way you give Moreno the 5th round. You give Moreno the 2nd, obviously, and you can maybe give him the 4th or make an argument for it. The 3rd was real close too, but majority of people are giving it to Pantoja. So that would be 1, 3, and 5 for Pantoja. The 5th was the most one-sided, with Pantoja controlling Brandon in the grappling department. Pantoja is now 3-0 against Moreno head-to-head. It's very similar to the Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya rivalry. It was crazy to see how Pantoja dropped Moreno in the first round with the left hook, because honestly, Pantoja isn't known to have crazy power like that. In my opinion, the rivalry with Figgy, I think, took a piece of Moreno's chin away, and Pantoja ate some big shots which didn't even faze him. It's true Brandon has made great progression throughout his career, because in the first 2 fights they had, Pantoja was clearly the better fighter, but this fight was a war, and Moreno made it much closer. This time it was nearly even. That's how much better Moreno has become. Honestly, Pantoja winning the belt is very good for the division because it shows that it's still competitive without Figgy fighting Moreno for the belt. Then you have Brandon Royval, Kai Kara France, and Albazi. I think the flyweight division is better than it's ever been, and it's really going to be tough for Moreno to get another title shot with 3 losses to the current champ now. Unless he does what Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker have done, which is clear out most of the division. The fight was definitely a fight of the year candidate. Pantoja's post-fight interview was great, even though it was hard to understand what he was fully saying. A message like that to his father could really reach out to a lot of people, especially kids these days looking for father's acceptance. Pantoja's next fight, I think, might have to be Albazi, because Figgy, I think, is moving up to 135, and Pantoja already beat Brandon Royval just 3 fights ago. Now let's get into Robert Whittaker and Dricus du Plessis. Dricus du Plessis TKOs Whittaker in the 2nd round of their fight. This was a huge upset. Personally, I never saw that coming. He beat Whittaker with just a jab, and I mean, even the judo throw and takedown was amazing too. He hurt Rob in the first and then hurt him a few times in the second and put him down and finished him. Dricus has some crazy power. Robert Whittaker, although a great fighter, I always thought he was a bit chinny, and we have seen him get hit quite a bit in fights before. It was no different this time with Dricus, but Dricus was able to put him away. I'd have to say this is one of the best wins ever in the division, because this division really belonged to Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya. They dominated the division for so long, and now here comes Dricus, and he takes out a legend like Robert Whittaker. I mean, taking down this version of Whittaker and keeping him there in the first, and then just finishing him off in the second like that was crazy. Many people in the MMA community, including myself, thought that Whittaker would have had a relatively easy time taking out du Plessis, because to be fair, Dricus du Plessis' other performances weren't that great. But I guess we all got a new mythical fighter on our hands, the fixed-nose version of Dricus du Plessis. Now we have du Plessis versus Izzy next, and I'm definitely not going to count him out on this one either, because Dricus is very powerful and he's so awkward too. Stays in your face, aggressive, and has good jiu-jitsu if the fight goes to the ground. Izzy will be in big danger. If the fight's standing, Izzy will have the advantage. We all thought Rob was gonna have a big advantage on the feet, and he got outstruck and finished. As of now, I think Whitaker should fight the winner of Paulo Costa and Ikram Aliskerov, or Sean Strickland, but I think the Sean Strickland one makes more sense, and it would be a fun fight. UFC 290 was great, and I'm pretty sure all of us had a great time watching the event from top to bottom. Thank you for watching my video, and remember, as always, subscribe, like, share, and if you've got any opinions, leave it in the comment section below.